Thank you for stepping into Bria's kitchen. Today we're making a Southern classic chicken, sausage, and seafood gumbo, so stay tuned. So today to start our gumbo, we have some cut up chicken, we have a bag of shrimp, okra, canned tomatoes, our holy trinity, our peppers, onions, and celery. We have some Roger wood sausage, some chopped up garlic, and a little piece of butter. We have some pure vegetable oil and all-purpose flour. We have chicken stock and our seasonings. We have our Tonys. We have our Slap Your Mama Girl. You need that in your house. Some cayenne pepper for a little kick. Gumbo Filé. And we have some ground up thyme. So let's go ahead and char up our sausage. We want it to get it nice and brown. We want to get some of that fat out of it for our roux flavor. And then as well, we just want to brown it up because we don't want any just, regular sausage in our gumbo. That's not how we do it here in the South. So we're going to char those up. And then from there, we're going to start on our roux. So watch what I'm doing when I add the flour and when I add the oil. This is about half a cup of flour. I'm not really big on measurements. So this is about half a cup. I will start off with that and then add more flour if you need to. So then now we're going to add our oil. We're going to add about, this is a half a cup of oil. We're going to add about half of that. So about a fourth a cup of oil. And then we're just going to start mixing that thing up. The thing right here is we want to have it on high heat. So right now we can look in the back. I think my stove is on a 7. I added some butter too. And then we're going to just mix this up. You want to get it to be like a paste because this is like the base of your gumbo. Whatever color this is, it's going to be the color of your gumbo. And then as well, we just want this to just, be like a paste, be very, just mix, girl, just mix and keep mixing. Some people, this takes a very long time. I see my clock from 6:27. To me, my proof later on the video that this literally took me like less than 5 minutes to burn. Because literally, you're just trying to burn it. So I ended up turning the stove down a little bit. Keep mixing. You can turn your stove. I would keep it high, but I turned it down a little bit here. Want it to be high. End of the day, you're just trying to burn the flour. So now I'm about to go get a whisk. People are like, oh, you messed up your pot, girl. You might be right, but just keep mixing, okay? So like I said, you want this to be a very smooth paste. Didn't want to skip over this step because it's the base. So we really want this rich brown color. Do y'all see that color? Okay, look at the color. Let's stop right here. Okay, boom. Yes, so for some people this may take longer, maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes. Just keep going until you get that color. So now we're just going to add our veggies. So we're going to add our onions first. You just want to toss them in that roux we have, get them covered up. You kind of want to just let them cook a little bit. Now we're going to add our celery in there. Just mix that up along with the onions. Now we're going to add in our peppers. You can use any color peppers that you would like. Once again, we really just want to get in there, mix up those veggies, cover everything up with your roux. All right, now we're going to add some chicken stock. If you have chicken broth, you can go ahead and use that as well. If you have an extra bouillon and you want to throw that in there, that's perfectly fine as well. So now that we have our broth in there, we're just going to mix that up. It might be a little clumpy. Do not worry about that. This is going to simmer for at least over an hour, so all that will certainly break up. Now we're just going to dump in a large can of tomatoes. If you have smaller cans, go ahead and dump 2 in there if you would like. So now we're going to add back in that sausage that we charred up earlier. I took one bite. And then we're going to add our chopped up chicken. So for me, I like my chicken chopped up pretty small. 1, because I think it helps it shred better. And then 2, in general, I do not like large chunks of meat in my food. So just going to add all that chicken in there. And then next we're going to add our seasonings. First, I'm going to go in with that Tony Chachere. I have this spice and bold. And then we're going to follow up with our Slap Your Mama. I love this. You definitely need this as a Cajun seasoning in your house for sure. I don't really measure. I just wait for the ancestors to talk to me. I'm going to add in some ground thyme. If you have fresh thyme, feel free to use that as well. And then I'm going to go in and add a little bit of that cayenne pepper for a kick. I love spicy food, but as always, cook your food to your taste buds. Go ahead and add in some of that butter and then my garlic. I ended up adding more garlic. I had some more garlic in a jar, so I just added that because I didn't want to go back and chop up more cloves. So now we're just going to fold everything together because this is going to cook for at least an hour. I did this for about an hour and 15 minutes, not that long. I added my okra now. You do not have to add your okra now. You can also add it at the end if you want it to be a little bit more crunchy. I would say maybe 10 to 15 minutes before you add your shrimp and your crab at the end. I add mine now because when I think of gumbo, I just think of everything just being all mixed together, being soft, and being like one concoction. So I add it now so it can just cook for just as long as everything else. During this process, your chicken is going to shred, and that's what I love, and that's why I make sure that I use small pieces of chicken. So now here, this has been cooking for about an hour or so. You can see all your sausages will float to the top. No worries about that. I'm going to go ahead and add in the shrimp. I added some Old Bay seasoning to my shrimp before I put it into our gumbo mixture. So I'm just mixing everything up so you can see this beautiful soup that we just made. After the shrimp is in, I'm gonna wait about maybe 2 or 3 minutes and go ahead and add my crab. So now we're gonna add some of that Gumbo Filé. So here, I'm trying to scrape up the bottom of the pot. I feel that some of the food has stuck to the bottom throughout this hour that it was just sitting there boiling and simmering. So I just want to make sure I get everything up, all that flavor off the bottom of the pot, and then we're just going to mix it up together a few more times. So here we have our crab. You can see that I broke the crab at its knuckles, and so I'm just going to start adding some pieces in there. One, I do this so that the gumbo can kind of get all the way into the crab meat, and then also so that it's easier to portion off, especially if you have a lot of people eating off this one big pot. So you can see I use snow crab. You can use whatever kind of crab you like. If you have crab claws, snow crab, if you have lump crab, honey, it's a gumbo. That means anything is a go. Do whatever you need to do. Why? Because you are going to go home and eat it. So we are basically done here, and we're about to serve this bad boy up. Ooh, let's get into this gumbo, y'all. Let's get into this color. That is from the roux that we made in the beginning, and that's why it's so important. Your soup is going to be that same exact color that you make that roux. So now I'm about to serve it up. I put some white rice in a bowl. I'm about to just use my ladle and scoop it all out. Look at that. Yes, look at that. Let's just admire it. I mean, come on. Yes, and this is our final product. Thank you for stepping into Bria's kitchen. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.